We are now continuing with part 2 of the invoice structure video. We were looking at the top set of buttons. The buttons left are New, Add Previous, and Close. If this is a brand new invoice, you would use the New button. If the new invoice can be based on a previous invoice, then use the Add Previous button. Both options will be covered in the Add Invoice video. The Close button allows you to exit out of the invoice module. Let's click on the Close button and notice it takes us out of the invoice module to our main menu. Let's start the invoicing back up. Let's click on the Customer Invoice button and go back into the module. If we want to create a new invoice, we use the New button. But remember, with several dynamic modules such as invoicing, shipping, purchase orders, any module that allows you to generate a document, you create the document in two parts. The header, which is what can be seen on the right hand side of the screen. And when the header is complete, we go into the details. Click on the Detail button, and it takes us into the individual line items of that invoice. These line items start at the estimating stage, flow through to order entry where they can be adjusted, added to, deleted, and then flow through to the invoicing stage. The invoice detail lines will also be added to by the Order Entry Changes Management System. Any change that is flagged as chargeable will be automatically appended to the detail lines of that particular invoice. Again, the details can be added to, deleted, or changed at the invoice stage, but by maintaining that flow of estimating, order entry, order changes, invoicing, there should be as little duplicate entry and chances for mistakes as possible. Let's close out of the details area, back to the header area. And let's look at the other buttons. We have the draft print. Because we use finalizing in the invoicing, it's very important that you check your draft documents. Changes can be made very easily at the draft stage. So by using draft printouts, you can check the documents, ensure that they are the way you want them, and then final print them. Once they are final printed, we then have to use correcting documents to make any changes. You can get draft printouts of your documents either one at a time through the preview. If I want to click on the preview button, this will give me an image on the screen of this particular document. Notice that it will say draft copy, so if this document is printed out, anybody who receives it will know it is not a final document. And you can either review it on the screen or you can print it out, but this would only print out this one document. Let's close this screen with the Close button. The draft print option allows us to print many invoices out in draft mode at one time. If I click on the draft print option, I will get a listing of all my unfinalized invoices on the left hand side. I can then choose which invoices I want to print out in draft mode. If I have one specific invoice, I could just type in the reference number 131, say select, and it will send that one over. I'm just going to say select none to send it back over to this side. If I want to select all, I can just click on my select all button and it sends everything from the left side to the right side. I'm going to send them back with the select none option. Or if I was picking and choosing, I wanted that one, and that one, I can just click on the ones I want, use these arrows to send them across to the right hand side. Anything on the right hand side will print when I click the OK button. Again, this is only printing them out in a draft mode. If I want to exit out of this screen, then I can click the cancel button. Finalize does very much the same thing, only it final prints the documents. So this is the only way that I can generate final invoices. So if I click on the final button, the screen will look very much the same as the draft. These are all of my unfinalized invoices. And now I can send them over to the right-hand side when I'm ready to final print them. Final print means I'm ready to take that invoice and send it to the customer. Again, I can do that by either knowing the reference number, 131, and saying select invoice to send it over to the right. I'm just going to hit select none to send it back. If I want to select all of them, I can click on the select all button and it sends everything to the right-hand side. I'm just going to hit select none. Or if I wanted to pick and choose the invoices that I was ready to final print, I can click on the ones I want, click on the arrows, and send them across. The difference now is that the items on the right-hand side, when I say OK, will be final printed, meaning that they are printed in a way that they are now official in the system, assumed that you are now sending them to the customer, and any changes to these finalized documents will require reversing or changing documents. When you print the final versions, you also have the option to email the customer both a text message and a PDF of the actual invoice as soon as you say OK to the printing of these documents. Again, that will be covered in the printing video. I'm just going to select none for now, cancel to get out.